Inside some of these trucks are groceries and materials critical for building new homes. They travel across country and need a lot of diesel to get there.
The average truck on long distance will use 600 litres a day. So if you times that by, 40 odd trucks, it gets up there a bit.
If fuel prices drop, the company will lower transportation costs for its customers, which could filter through to supermarket products.
If you buy a bag of groceries, you're going to have 100 different items in there. Well, then there should be a little save on every item.
Oil prices are hovering around 4-year lows, with Brent crude at $62.5 per barrel. At the pump, the average price of diesel is falling and is now 182.9 cents a litre, while the average petrol price is about 178 cents a litre.
So if you were filling up at a service station like this last year, the average fill is about 50 litres, you were paying just over $100 a tank. Today, if you pull up, you'll be paying just under $90 a tank.
But for many, fuel prices aren't falling quick enough, especially in Broome, where it's more expensive.
Last year it went up to $2.40 and it's kind of stayed at that point.
I've got 2 cars and I use a scooter all the time. It's just a lot cheaper.
The cost of fuel is also squeezing Aussies in the NT.
I need to use a lot of petrol, so I need to cut some of the budget in other areas.
She pays about $400 to fill it up out bush. So yeah, pretty expensive. Yeah.
Prices are expected to ease further.
Given that oil contributes about 30% of the price we pay at the pump, you're talking about somewhere between 2 and 3% below where they're currently sitting on an average basis for the remainder of the year.
Oil prices have come under pressure from the US president's tariffs and trade war with China.
These tariffs that Trump has introduced is clearly going to slow down economic activity if they play out as he's suggested. So demand for oil will consequently suffer.
The Organisation of the Petroleum Exporting Countries and its allies are also ramping up supply, pumping out 411,000 extra barrels per day from June to punish Iraq and Kazakhstan for trying to take market share.
Saudi Arabia and OPEC want to see a relatively balanced and stable oil market. And at the moment, they believe that the lack of adherence by some members to their plan is putting that at risk.
The price for Brent crude oil is more than $10 a barrel lower than when the Reserve Bank last issued its economic forecasts in February. If the price holds at this level, it would put downward pressure on inflation, giving the Reserve Bank more room to cut interest rates.
So much of what we buy in our supermarkets and our local shops is distributed by road freight. That's where the big impact will be. And that flows right through to the cost of living, right, for everything.
Relief at a time when many need it most.